Hello my dear Gemini, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between March 16 and March 31st, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I have put the astrological information for the month of March in a video of its own that you can check out in my playlist Q&A. You can also find it at my webpage www.queenofcupstarot.se, where you can find and buy all the decks I'm using in this video. There is also a subscription service up on my webpage that you can take part of if you want to learn more about spiritual growth, yoga and tarot. So, for this reading, I used The Third of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore and illustrated by Julia Jeffrey. And I will start shuffling your cards. So, when I open your deck here, I see the Ten of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. So, it seems like Gemini have big dreams. Ten of Pentacles is a place of value or something valuable. It might be a marriage, it might be a house, it might be a family traditions, place of work, the place where you get your money from. Knight of Cups is it's a certain kind of mindset. It's also a person, of course, can be a person, Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer. But it's a certain mindset, like a romantic mindset. You want something, you are after the Holy Grail. So the Ten of Pentacles and Knight of Cups might mean that you want to commit to a water sign, or that you want to commit maybe to an earth sign also indicated, or you want to create some kind of value. Maybe you're also hoping for a job or something else that feels like prosperity for you. Okay. So, I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Three of Wands and a Knight of Cups. So it seems like you are maybe longing for a family or longing for a union of some sort. Three of Wands can also be dreams, any kind of dreams. It might be also travel. It's about whatever you want, whatever you feel that you are longing for. The Three of Wands is kind of saying, yes, go for it, take it. It's yours. So, Three of Wands is also a card of like you want what you want. So you can't really change your mind about what you want. It comes from a deep source inside of you. So it's not just you can kind of adjust it to something that's offered or given. Of course, we should also always be grateful for the things we have in our lives. But if someone wants you to, like they are giving you a lot of apples and you are kind of allergic to apples, but you really like oranges, for example, and you can't really change that you are allergic to apples and that you really want oranges. It's in your soul, it's in your body, it's in your DNA. So you want what you want, okay? And I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we have an Eight of Wands with the Three of Wands. So also it seems like the spirits are with you on this, and that you need to communicate yourself very clearly. It's like spell works when we are learning how to spell in school. Now you need to learn how to spell your dreams and spell towards the people you love, and be crystal clear, like being very certain on what you want and being also able to communicate this. So Eight of Wands and Three of Wands is kind of lightening up the Three of Wands situation a little bit, because with Three of Wands you're a little bit closed off. This is what you want and you're sure, but with the Eight of Wands it's mixing in the spirits in this situations, and so it might open you up a little bit to also what the spirit wants and what's best for you. Okay. Might come through some kind of communication, maybe from a water sign or a fire sign for that matter. So someone maybe wants to commit with you, start a family with you, something similar to that. Okay. So I call the six elements. And here we have a Five of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. So someone is feeling left out in the cold, or like they are not worthy of this dream, which they have. So the six elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether. And here we have a Six of Cups, reconciliation, childhood card. To join us here today and to give us a clear view reading, Page of Swords, again with the communication, for my dear Geminis. So I want my dear Gemini to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So the last card we saw, it's like you have been cast out from your dream, and it makes you feel left out in the cold, or maybe someone isn't talking to you or not communicating with you. But with the Six of Cups, there's reconciliation on its way. And with the Page of Swords, it's indicated that in many cases you might need to take the first step. Before we saw that maybe this water sign or the person that have this very big longing inside of their heart needs to follow that longing, because it's kind of how the divine is speaking to you. If they are increasing your longing until it's so loud inside of you that you can't really think or do anything else, then it's the spirits talking to you. Often it's like this. Sometimes it can be our addictions also. So what we need to do is, of course, clean our systems and make ourselves as aware as possible of what's really going on inside of us. And then we will know when we hear the calling from the divine that it's time to take action. And it seems from what I saw now that it might be time to take some action, maybe in love or when it comes to your dreams or your life purpose. Okay, so I will tune in for a few seconds. So, my dear Gemini, this is your future. So, going into April 2018, and this is your now, the second part of March, and this is your past, big chunk of past, or just maybe the first part of March. You are the one that decides what this is speaking about. So here underneath I see the Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups is kind of when we leave a situation because it's draining us. We might be having an allergic reaction to all the apples. Okay, so with Eight of Cups, we are leaving. We are feeling fed up. We feel like we have given and given, and there's no more that we can give. It might also be that you are changing course of direction. Maybe you have been playing the violin your whole life, and now you're going to start to play the drums instead. So it might be that kind of life change also. But usually with Eight of Cups, we see the moon's faces here. It's kind of a little bit of a mood swing also. When we see this card, it can be a little bit like a breakup, but usually the person boomerangs back. They are not gone forever. It's like we are fed up for now, but when we have restored ourselves and picked up the pieces of ourselves, we might be able to come back to the arena for another fight. So with the Eight of Cups, it's usually karma. It's something that you need to learn. So it's an eternity. Eight is an eternity symbol, so it comes back and goes and comes and goes and comes and goes until you have learned this, whatever it was that made you so fed up. What made you fed up is always a challenge that wants you to take some kind of action, try something new. Okay. So, and this is the now, and here we have the Fool. So it came in the same position for Libra, but they had the Ace of Cups there. So in the same time that this, like you're fed up, it's also a new beginning. Maybe you're starting with this with the drums instead. So the Fool is being you're very trustworthy. You're throwing yourself into something new. You have a great hope that whatever is will fix itself. So with the Fool, it might be time for some big jump of faith or big leap. But we saw that also with the cards when I was mixing, that You have the Eight of Wands also, and the Eight of Cups. So they are a little bit contradictory. Maybe you want to stay or leave in the same time, or one person wants to leave and the other one wants them to stay. And maybe it's time to do some brave thing to make them stay. Or maybe someone else is going to do a brave thing to make you stay. Okay. So here we have the future, and the future is the Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles is kind of when you get a little bit stubborn. You get this little bit like a weight in your bottom, and you're grounding yourself. So you know what you want. You know that you want oranges and that you can't tolerate apples. So this is the truth, and you are stubborn about it because you know what's good for you and what's not. And therefore you are also able to be given justice to yourself. So the Nine of Pentacles is much like it's self-love. You're starting to listen to the spirits of what's good for you, also starting to listen to your own soul. You don't try to adjust yourself to fit to a person or to a situation. So it's more like you're trying to find the right circumstances where the one you are will do the most use. So for example, if you are on a certain place of work and whatever is done there isn't fitting you, then you try to find something else, something that actually fits you. And if you try to endure, you will just get more and more fed up or get more and more allergic reactions. Okay, so it's time to take care of yourself. It's time to listen to this stubbornness inside of you that actually knows kind of what's best for you. So take yourself seriously. Don't try to overcome something that it's not possible for you to overcome, and it wouldn't be good because it would take you away from your highest destiny. So be aligned with yourself. Okay, so this is the past, and here we have Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is the union between head and heart. When the head and heart starts to want the same, it's no conflict anymore. It's not, but I need to do that, but I can't because of this. So it's more like, this is what I want. I have decided, and then your mind and your heart that was so far apart before, they just align like whoosh, like so, and you will be able to move forward towards better pastures, greener pastures. Okay. So the Six of Swords is also about truth. You're realizing the truth about yourself and your situation. You're starting also to feel the vision, or feel the, you can see this, feel the sniff of what could be if you actually go with this and don't have the mind and heart conflict anymore. Okay. So next card here is the Ace of Cups that I also saw with Libra, but here. So there's some, it's like you have found your heart. This Six of Swords is the heart's science that's being communicated first to yourself, like you're doing some self-realization and realizing what's in your heart, and then you can also communicate this to others. So this is what you have realized in your heart. It's, you have found your heart. You are connected to your heart. It's like you have plugged yourself into your own source, to your own heart chakra. So some of you might have made this transition from mind to heart. It's a spiritual thing that's happening to a person. It's a human's evolution. We have been very much up in our head, but it seems like Gemini has been able to take your mind down from the head and connect to the heart. So you are plugged in now. That's beautiful. So now you have a much better guiding system. So your head and your heart is in union. That's beautiful. And the next card is the Seven of Wands. So this is where the allergic reaction comes in. So you just know what you want and what you need and what you don't want. So it's no conflict anymore. You just stand up for yourself. So you needed a hero, so you became one for yourself. The Seven of Wands is a little bit like she's a door bouncer. She's letting things in that she likes in her life, and the other things, they are kept out, and not with bitterness. She's much more cooler than that. She do it with dignity. Okay, she just say no. There's no fight. There's no conflict. This is okay. This can be a little bit fight. It's Mars in Leo, but it's more this calmness of a really good self-esteem. And why it comes, this good self-esteem, is because you realized that there were no conflict in the first place. You were always allowed to be yourself and to communicate yourself. You weren't ever supposed to try to become someone that you were not. You were supposed to find yourself, and now it seems like you have. So now that self is worth defending, not in a way that you are throwing yourself into conflict, but more that you are communicating to your surrounding how you want to be treated and not. Like, this I like, this I don't like. And you're starting to be able to say yes and no. So that's good. It's healthy. So the 8 of this, that you got fed up and a little bit allergic, it led to something good. Okay, it led to you finally realizing that the conflict drained you and made you exhausted, and it couldn't go on. So you just decided, oh, I will go with whatever I feel. This is a Swedish song, and they are singing. See if I can translate this a little bit, like in a good way. From now on, I am only going to be myself, and they are singing this like over and over again. So it's not more complicated than that. And this is what I see here. From now on, you're fed up with trying to be someone you're not. So from now on, you're only going to be yourself, and you're connected with yourself. It's like before, maybe you were outside this soul of yours, and now you're connected. You have plugged yourself in. So now you know. You're in the source. It's like Odin. You have put one eye in the wisdom well here, the Ace of Cups. So now you have one eye inside of you and one eye watching the world. Very good. So, and here we see the Sun card. The Sun card also came for Cancer, but it was in this position. The Sun card is, of course, the soul. What I said, you are connected now. You are in your soul. You are in line with yourself. You are your I in the I am. You're not trying to be something that you're not. What people see is what they get. So the Sun is connected to sometimes Gemini, but also Leo. We can see this. Gemini is the Rider-Waite tradition. We have those two twins. It's also in some other decks. The Spellcasters Tarot also have two twins, the Gemini. And here we have maybe not twins, maybe they are twins, but they are more like siblings. So those two siblings, your head and your heart, is now in union. This is bright light, clear day, so everything is seen. No one is in the shadow. No, everyone is allowed to take part. And when that is happening, you are stepping into your source energy. When you don't have so much of a shadow anymore, you just acknowledge whatever is. If someone comes and say to you, well, you're such a miser, then you know that you are a miser. So you say, yes, I know. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. It can be good to be a miser if you need to save for buying something and to have boundaries. But maybe if you're taking care of someone else, it's not a good thing. But all shadowy parts can be used for good if they are used in the right situation. So you're connected to the source. Nothing is shading you anymore. So you have collected your different soul parts. You have connected the air and the water. So you're now both, and you seem to be very fiery as well. You have Leo and Leo in Jupiter as also. Might be that you're dealing with a fire sign. We also saw water in the beginning. So maybe Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Okay. And here we had the Six of Pentacles. It also came for Cancer. It seemed like Cancer wanted to have a better relationship with more beautiful exchange between themselves and others. And this is the same thing. And for you, it comes central. So this is very important for you to restore balance in your relationship, not over-functioning, like doing everything for everyone else so they get spoiled, but not under-functioning either, like being a victim and helpless and waiting for someone else to come and give you justice or love. So it's an equal give and take, and it's two people in both these. So I'm thinking that your relationship seems to be thriving in the later part of March, if nothing comes and spoils it all. We'll see with the last card here, but this seems great. It seems like when you stop the conflict inside of you, this will eventually also mirror in the outside world. First, it might have like the old thing with the conflict inside of you might have a certain momentum, but eventually it's going to also reflect in the outside world. So there's no conflict anymore because you are not in conflict with yourself. So there's nothing to be mirrored out in the world. And here we see the Four of Wands. So I can't see no conflict. I can see self-love. I can see better relationships. You are very clear from now on what you want and what you don't want. So that doesn't have to be petty arguments or silent treatment or anything. You just say no, yes. And it's clear. No one can argue with it. So there's no problem anymore because no one is lying or being non-authentic. Everyone tells exactly like it is. And sometimes your wills will be in conflict, but if 1% like this is what I want and the other 1% this is what I want, and you can meet in the middle usually when both people are equally strong and there's balance and no one is trying to take power over the other, you're starting to respect each other instead and giving each other room to breathe a little bit. So the Four of Wands is what you have built with this beautiful self-love and self-alignment, like a new foundation for yourself. You don't have to be anxious anymore when you are in your full strength, in your source energy. Whatever happens, it just bring it on. You won't be falling out of your center of gravity because you have this lead bottom. This is also self-love, what is this Nine of Pentacles, but this can be shared with others. It's like when it's starting to mirror in the outside world, so also other people will be drawn to you and attracted by you. So it seems very beautiful. It can be some beautiful celebration going on, or it looks like a festivity, or just like a nice time with family and friends and loved ones. This is the third card for love in the Major Arcana. So the first is lovers when you meet. The second is the 14 alchemist or temperance card, where you start to have the conflicts. Your demon play so well together. And this is the magic moment when the spirits is so excited because this is where you're going to grow. And then we have 19, the sun, when both people have kind of learned that lesson and taking in the other person's side, aka taking in their shadow. So both have done this and both are now 100% what they were, but also 100% what they became. So they are more than they were before and they are whole. So this is the holy matrimony. The Six of Pentacles is connected to the Lover's card as well, but it's more like the friendship kind of love, or when you share equally. Sometimes you don't. If the cards around is saying something else, this card can often also point to unbalances, but here it's perfectly balanced, also with the Four of Wands there. So, and this is connected to the Emperor card. So we can say that by becoming an emperor, you are creating more love in your life, because with clear boundaries, everyone know what they have to adjust to. Everyone knows the rules. Everyone get kind of calm. So, and with the Fool, I'm thinking this is, you're starting to trust life. And I get this feeling with you that, yes, bring it on. Whatever comes, you will be able to take it because you don't mind what happens. You have found your inner source gravity, so you don't have to be so anxious about what happens on the outside. If your car breaks down or someone get angry with you, you will still be blissed. You will still be happy because you find this alignment with your source. So it seems like you have found a solution to all the world's problem here, Gemini. Okay. So next card here is about the future. And here we have the Ten of Wands. So now it's starting to become really hot. And we have this line with Seven of Wands and Ten of Wands and the Six of Pentacles in between. So it's strong wills that's drawing things here. 19 Sun, 1 + 9 is 10. So when it comes a lot of sun on something, it will burn hot or start to become maybe like lava or a fire, or dried as a desert might also be the thing. It depends. And we can see this is a little boy that maybe standing still, waiting for some instructions from the boring grown-ups, or maybe taking their school picture with funny paintings on their body. But they don't really want to be here. They want to do something else. So it's like you are this racehorse inside a starting box before the race. So you're building up this anxiety because there's something, the longing is increasing. It's elevating inside of you. So you might feel very restless and like there's coming something and you don't really know what it is. The Ten of Wands can also be moving, like moving, buying a new house. We saw the Ten of Coins, so that you had the dream. This can be the moment when you actually you go in and grab that dream. Other cases, Ten of Wands can be when you start from scratch again and maybe start to suppress yourself again or becoming angry. So we will see. Maybe you will get tested. Yeah, here we have the Emperor. So the Emperor comes underneath Ace of Cups and Six of Pentacles. So even if you're tested, I think it doesn't matter so much. This is actually Odin. He had two ravens, Hugin and Mumin. Hugin och Mumin in Swedish, okay. And he has both of his eyes here, so maybe it was before he blinded himself. But it's very beautiful that it comes underneath the Ace of Cups there. So it's what I said, still, bring it on. Whatever comes, it's fine. You're not going to be so affected because you have found your center point of gravity. So you're very stubborn and very calm and cool, and also you have your heart open because you know what's in your heart. So most people are afraid to feel their inside or feel their emotion because they are scared that they will feel pain. But this person is in tune with their pain and taking the pain as like written language. Okay. Odin also hanged for 9 days upside down, the hangman, and learned the runes, so he could teach his people how to spell as well. They were used for magic purposes from the beginning. So whatever challenge he has been put through, he always take like the benefit out of it. So if it comes pain, he will transform it into words that he can read. He will understand why he feels pain, and he will make an emperor-like adjustment to it. Okay, so if he feels pain, he will read it like a book. And here we have the Hermit as well, and the Hermit is number 9. You also have the 9 of Pentacles here. So I'm thinking you're starting to thrive very well on your own. You might be dealing with a Virgo also. And maybe that Virgo is a little bit stubborn, like a person that is very hard to get to change their mind. They are so preoccupied with themselves or so full of their own happiness or bliss. So maybe they are not interested in really communicating or anything. But this might be you as well, that feels like you have found a foundation inside of you. The Hermit, he can sit, we hear these stories all the time of monks that sits in a cave like hermits for 30 or 40 years, and then they come out enlightened. It's like sending a mail, and when it comes to the address, it's enlightened. So it takes just 30 or 40 years sitting on your buttocks and eating rice maybe. So it seems like you have enough whatever, it doesn't matter your life situation so much anymore. If you can put yourself in this mindset, you have everything. What can be taken away from you if you have your inner peace? Nothing. Okay, so we'll see what the wisdom of the oracle will have to say about this. For some of you, you might find like a person that might be the one. With the Ace of Cups, it might be a new love, and the Emperor might start as a friendship. Okay, so it doesn't have. It might have a lot of sparks underneath the surface, but maybe you're trying to be level-headed, and it's starting like friendship. You have 6, 6, and then 9. So it's like it's not going into a full relationship anytime soon. Both people needs to prove that they are able to be stable also when they come into a relationship. People that are otherwise very stable people can sometimes become unstable when they come into a relationship, because then they start to mirror their shadows, and all hell breaks loose. So it seems like both people might need to prove for themselves and the other that they can do this thing without going into drama or their old patterns or projections. Okay, so wisdom of the oracle divinations and loyal heart, and it's in the reversed. So it might be that people are mostly loyal to themselves right now. It's what I'm feeling, but we'll see. 37 came up. Loyal heart. So maybe you need to prove to each other over a longer period of time that you mean business, that it's serious and not just a game. Okay, both need to prove, and check for red flags also, because you have this new self-esteem. If you see a red flag, you rather sacrifice the relationship than yourself, and you also communicate about what you see. You just, here's a little bit like a warning that you might not, that you keep this for yourself, and you just maybe silently judge the person and go into single life. But it's better if you can voice your concerns. Also, that person can be more aware of their behavior, because we are teaching each other a lot of things. We are not supposed to make each other change into something else, but if we are, for example, a miser, we might need to hear it, so we can cultivate that part of us and use it whenever we need to, for example, save money, but we don't have to use it when we are among friends. Okay. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you. So it seems like you need to do this first. Like, people want to be sure. They don't want to jump into anything. And you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. Your partnership, friendship, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. I think this person here can be, they are only loyal to themselves. When we are becoming whole like this, we can be loyal to other people also. And we are loyal to the people that proves themselves worthy. So it's like you're skipping a step here and maybe going back to being like a single and one man is an island, because you get so full of yourself because you feel happy wherever you are. But that's not the end game. The end game is to be able to be together with other people and find the ones that's real friends and real lovers, and then be faithful to them, and they put trust in you and you put trust in them. It's no like walking away like a lonesome hero here into the night and disappearing. That's boring. Okay. Your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dream, faithful to your plans, while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful celebration of spirit. yes, okay. Your manifesting partner. And also, as it came in reversed, I will read a reversed message for you as well. Are you stubborn or overly tensious about an idea? I'm seeing signs of this here. Or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? So someone can take their spirituality and their ability to find peace inside of themselves and use it as a weapon towards other people. Like, I don't need you, I only need myself. And that's spiritual kind of ego, and it's just it's still this fear of pain. So it's not for real. It's just another. It's just another game. Yes. Now it's time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you. Make some room. Okay, so it might be also a good idea to have stubbornness if you need to move away from some flawed situation. This what gave you the allergic reaction in the first place. So then keep going and do what you're doing. It seems to work. Okay. So, Wild Kuan Yin Oracle for my dear Gemini. Wild Kuan Yin. Maybe not. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Surrender, sensitive sister. Be moved by the moon. Okay. So we need to have a little bit more emotional reactions into this, but probably the moon will do the work with you. 2 full moons in March. One will be the 2nd of March. Today it's the 28th of February, and the last one will be 31st of March. The first one will be very powerful because it's going to opposite both, not only the Sun, but Mercury, Venus, and Neptune, all in Pisces, while the moon will be in Virgo. Where were I? 38. So, big moon. You know what you know, even when you don't know how you know it. I speak to you through your intuition, which is beyond logic. That might have been the hardest nut for you, Gemini, to crack, but it seems like you have cracked it. That you know now that you calculate things with your emotions in the deep, your hard drive, while the mind might just scrape on the surface of things, and you just accept it. Even when you feel like you know too much or are too sensitive, you do not need to shut down. This might be happening a little bit here, like with this, because of the restlessness. That you feel, oh God, I'm going to back to feeling that, but the restlessness is want to make you ready for something, but instead maybe you are going into hibernation a little bit. So you don't need to shut down or try to protect yourself from feeling. What will work better for you is to be open and truthful with all that you feel and resist nothing. Okay. Say, I accept that I'm feeling like this. I accept that I'm restless. I accept that this person is acting like this. I accept this situation. Taking away the resistance, making everything a little bit more fluid. It shall then simply flow, changing like the phases of the moon, naturally and without effort on your part. I will guide you and show you how to do this so that you will never be afraid, even of the passing experience of fear itself, and you shall become surrendered into life, a living embodiment of grace in motion. Something is happening. You cannot see it, but in your most sensitive and responsive moments you feel it, even though others around you may not share your insight. You may share your feelings with others, and they may accept what you say or see, or they may question you. Perhaps you may be keeping it to yourself because you don't know what to do with the information or feeling you have, or are fearful that others will be afraid and judge you. So that might be why you are like a little bit secretive here again. It matters not whether another sees or feels as you do. You are meant to be moved by the moon, to sense and feel as you do. You are not supposed to adjust to what other can accept. Don't try to toughen up or to protect yourself or become less sensitive, less emotionally attuned, or less moved by energy and feeling. Your sensitivity can become your greatest asset, a source of wisdom, truth, and even strength. Your sensitivity has been given to you for your benefit, not as a burden. The Divine Mother will help you find the best way to manage and honor this gift. Okay, beautiful. So it seems like you have a rather pleasant month before you. The only thing that may be a problem is either you will be stubborn or someone else will be. But it's not big catastrophe. It's more stubbornness. Okay. So thank you for watching this far. And also for you that's being so patient, I will tell you about my subscription service where you can join me. And we can do this spiritual journey together. I have it on my webpage. It's $10 a month, and I do videos 3 to 4 times a week with Kundalini, yoga, also different spiritual practice, and I will also eventually start up the tarot school again. So if you are interested in that, you can go into my website www.queenofcupstarot.se and check out the subscription. If you go on a mobile device, click the Swedish flag if it's not in English, and you will be able to choose English translation. Also, if you are on a mobile device and you click subscription, you might have to click twice to actually come into subscription, because there's an under page there, School of Life. If you click that, you will get in immediately, but due to some technicality, you need to click twice to come into the subscription page with all the information. Okay, so I hope you will join me, and also I will welcome you back to my April reading that I will be doing in the middle of March, where I also will come with a new astrological video for April. So until then, take really good care, and okay, bye-bye.